Okay, a few weeks ago you saw me working on a tank. I was customising that. That's for this beast I've now got in front of me here. It's my workmate's modified D1 Land Rover. It's been turned into a single cab ute, chassis stretch, grafted some D2 bits into the front end, and it's quite a neat truck. He's given it a new paint job. Painted the tray, done a few suspension bits. He's got it looking really nice, so he's given it to me. I've got to try and tidy up some panel gaps for him, and with some electrical. We've got some gauges to do, hook up his rear tail lights. Maybe the next thing we've got to do after we get the electrical done is he wants the exhaust changed around a bit because he's just not happy with how ugly it looks, and we've got a slightly bigger muffler to put on just to quieten down a fraction. I don't know why you want to do that to a V8, but that's what he wants to do, so let's check it out. He wants to keep his side pipe. He's just not happy with how the muffler's sitting and how the exhaust is sort of executed. He's got some side steps to go back onto it. I've got to get rid of a fuel gauge. I'm going to go down and see what he's got for me, but he does have a couple other gauges down there. So we're going to see what we're getting rid of and what we're keeping. I've got to go back to the workshop and pick those up, but for now we can at least get the tail lights done. I'll run down to the workshop, grab the other gauges he's bought for me, and I think the temperature's staying. I think it must be the oil is changing out. So but yeah, that's it. We'll get started on something at least and try and make something go, and get it all knocked out in the next sort of week or two, and give it back to him. Then we'll get stuck back into working on Paddy. As usual, everything's all a bit ugly. It gets to that point where you decide, do we just join it back together again and try and tidy up what we got, or do we cut it and just redo everything to how you want to do it? Because I don't know why they've got it like that. It still goes into two wires, and then it all comes back to this sort of mess back here, which is even worse, going back through here, and does that with earth just bolted to the frame. Oh, really? What I'd like to see is just all of this cut off, trailer loom from here back up to there. Maybe we keep resistors back here. I think we just need to figure out what all this does to start with, and then we can work out what we want to do, because we've got two different size resistors. I don't know why we need that on a Land Rover. I mean, indicator is the only thing we worry about. Why is that? Ah, okay, then so we've put that on the neutral side of the actual lights going back. Both of them. Okay. Different way to do it, but that's still pretty good. Nearly just cut it all off and redo it. Yep, I'm officially getting old. Seeing me for the first time wearing glasses. It's the first time I'm actually wearing them, because I got not good for long distance. These fiddly little connections to do, and now at my age everything's becoming a blur. I've been getting away from it for a long time, but time to face reality that I need them to actually start seeing up close. Got the tail lights all sorted. neater than what it was before. I don't know what they did before, but they had 2 sets of resistors on everything. I think they actually bought the cheap, or maybe cheaper, but the smaller ones and put that on the indicators first. Found out they didn't work, and then they've actually joined in another resistor each on top of that. So we had 2 on each side, so I just cut out the smaller ones and left the normal 5 watt ones, I think they are, and that was all it needs. It's flashing correct now. So now the next thing is, he was complaining about his thermo fan wiring. Wonder why. So we'll tidy that up next. As usual, it's just easy to cut it all out and start it again. We've done some soldered joints in here. Now personally, I do like soldered joints over everything. I think they get a bad name because people just don't know how to do them correctly. You twist the wires together to get the mechanical strength, and you just put solder on there to actually add a casing so they can't come undone. You don't use solder as something to actually hold it mechanically, like this sort of joint. Very lightly twisted together, and he's got solder. That to me isn't a good join. So for what we've got going on, he's got the actives come from both fans joining onto this one wire that then goes over to the control unit, and then we've got this, I don't know what this is, but it's the neutrals, just 2 of them going back there. So I think we're just going to cut all this out and tidy all that up too. So this is what we've now got of the wiring loom. Ended up in front of those fans nicely. Come across. Also added in the battery connector wire that goes across. Just got it run around and finishing up in here, sort of thing. So it's a bit neater than what it was before. So now we're starting on the gauges. Already started pulling them out. We had an old fuel gauge, an old oil pressure gauge, so we're swapping that out for a new fuel gauge and a new oil gauge, just keeping the water temperature one apparently. Probably won't like the look of it because it's not matching, so I dare say I'll be swapping that one in at some time soon. But yeah, we're just going to wire that in now. Wire out into the actual engine to pick up the oil pressure. I do, if you remember, or if you've seen the video where I did the mods to the tank, we already fitted the wire to the tank ready to go, so that's sitting up there. Now he's installed the tank, we've just got to run that back up into the cab, connected all that up. So keep plodding along and try and get it sorted out. Same thing again. Maybe I just struggle to understand how people do other things, but it's just easy to redo. I've just gutted a lot of this wiring out of the old cluster, so I'm just going to rewire it pretty much, so I know how it works and figure it out from there. So like I said, it's just a jumble of mess. It's hard to sort of work out what's going where and what's doing what, so take it all out and start again.